Last game, the best thing about that is it's the first game of the season. Nobody's in panic mode. You know what I mean? So the players have been awesome, great attitudes. We had great preparation, just like we did last week. The bottom line is just about execution and the details of everything. And then, taking some, a little bit less so guys are playing a little bit faster so everybody knows exactly what to do. But I'm encouraged. There were some encouraging things in the game, obviously. And then we move on. That's what we've done. Great attitude by the guys. How do we fix this? Because we're in the fix-it business as coaches. So Dan's been awesome. Players have been awesome. We had a good practice yesterday. And we're moving on to Chicago.
Couple players.
Go ahead.
Explain some of the roots of maybe some of the communication problems you guys were having up front. Just how, the blocking schemes maybe weren't getting relayed or plays weren't getting relayed properly.
I'm not going to go into all of that. But it's being addressed. It's being fixed. Again, taking some of these plays out where there's not a lot of communication, going on the road, we didn't do a lot of shifting and things like that. So it's going to be fixed.
Is it just due to youth, or how much of it was due to youth in your eyes, and how much?
No, it wasn't youth. Because there were some veteran guys that, weren't making the right calls and everything. So it's addressed. It's going to be fixed.
On the attention to detail, you mentioned maybe simplifying things. Is there anything else that you can do to kind of help the attention to detail?
Listen, and when I say that, it wasn't every play. It's look, we're running plays that these guys have done. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's some new guys in there. But the bottom line is you got to go execute. And we didn't do that every single play. We just didn't. And we got behind the 8 ball sometimes. And then, you adjust. Just like we did, the second half, we came out. We started throwing a little bit and opening it up, and then we started moving the ball. We got to do a better job, obviously, on third down there. Because we were manageable on third down. And we did a good job on fourth down. But we got to go down there, do a better job in the red zone. And that's part of my job. So that's been addressed.
Specifically with the ground game, John.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything here centers around that.
No doubt.
2.2 yards a carry is not
No
where
way.
you want to be. So when you say it's correctable, why is your confidence level rooted, or where is it rooted in getting those guys right?
Yeah, because we're doing plays that they've done. Now, there's some young guys, right? So we just got to make sure we give them the right looks, all the different type of right looks, and to make sure they know exactly what they're doing. And that's what we've done. We did an extra period in the runs this week, and I think it's going to help. And go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So I think that's what you got to do. It's an easy fix. Again, they're not in panic mode, all right? But 2.1, that ain't going to cut it. It should never happen. So against that defense, too, especially with the lead.
Apologize about that, John. What jumped out on Chicago's tape when you put it on? The first thing you were like, "Oh boy, that's something that we have to prepare for."
Well, I know Dennis Allen. I've worked with him before a few times, so nothing I haven't seen. Now, they had some injuries. They had some key guys that were out, so they'll be different. I mean, listen, we're preparing for everything. I know the way he is. Dan knows the way he is. Dan, obviously worked with him. They got some good players. They're a good defense. And Dennis Allen does a great job. He does an awesome job. He gets after it. Blitz package-wise, especially on third down. They're all disciplined. I know that. They hustle. So the bottom line is, just for us, we just got to go execute. That's all I'm worried about is our guys right now, and we put the emphasis on it the last few days, and it'll continue all the way. And then if they don't like something, we take it out. It's easy. So.
And
where do you see issues pop up in the red zone against the Packers?
And the Packers?
Yep.
Can we move on from that game? Yeah, let's move on.
Dan had a really good explanation for why Isaac didn't see more snaps, just being ill and only being there for third down day. That makes perfect sense. But what is your confidence level in just his full understanding of the offense? He's obviously a rookie coming into a big system. Where do you feel like he's at that point?
I think his catching ability is big time. I've said that before. But he's smart and he's tough. I mean, he didn't have a lot of plays in the game, but he came in and that was an unbelievable catch. So his role will be expanded. He will help us.
You feel good about where he's at, though, in terms of the knowledge of the whole system?
I do, because he's here the whole week. He was listening in last week. He only had 1 day, so he's going to be ready to go.
You mentioned being encouraged by some things. What's your biggest encouragement about what you guys have done?
Well, I thought Jared played pretty well. I mean, going into that game, and I told the offense this, it's a patience game against that type of defense. And I told you guys that before. I mean, the stat sheet should say almost 80%, which he was, and 7-8 players catching balls. It was a dink and dunk type of game. It's hard to get explosive plays on that type of defense. So, if the run game ain't going, then it's going to be one of those. And we got 4 explosive plays, because we started seeing a little bit different looks. So we have to take what the defense gives us, just like any other game. But that I thought that was encouraging. The way we caught the ball and got upfield, I like that. Gibby was involved. I mean, there was a lot of checkdowns, just like I said. That's just the way that game goes. But I was encouraged by that. I mean, his focus, everybody's focus, especially the veteran guys, it was awesome. No panic mode. Okay, and that's what I love. We competed all the way to the end. You know what I mean? Even though, we weren't in it, but they competed all the way in. We went down and scored. That's encouraging. That's what a good team should do.
And similar to my question about Isaac, we don't know what Decker's status is. If you want to give an injury report, great. But
that's the head coach's responsibility.
Sure. If there's a chance Decker doesn't go, what is your comfort level in Gio and what he showed in terms of growth through camp if you need him on Sunday?
And the good thing is, when Decker was out there, he got a lot of reps. So that's beneficial for him. So, there's things that we know we have to do to help. But listen, he did a really good job. And we'll be aware of that if that happens. But we're totally expecting Decker to play.
Okay. Is Gio, would he be next in line? You did sign a vet too. He's got a little more experience.
I would think so. You got to ask Dan that.
So, John, what's the message to a player? What's the message to a player like Tate Ratledge, who obviously is hard on himself, wants to have a good debut, but just didn't?
Yeah, you just take it game by game. So you learn from what you did in the game. All right, and you just move on. Okay, so it's correctable, and you just stay on top of it. The more he plays, the better he's going to get. We really got 2 rookie guards, and I'm not worried about him because I liked what I saw in training camp. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's going to be a problem with him.
With Isaac, have you seen St. Brown kind of take him under his wing at all, and just have you seen that relationship blossom a little bit?
I think St. Brown's unbelievable. He's the captain. He makes this thing go, with Jared. Those guys are just, and Panay. Those 3 guys, their attitude just uplifts everybody. And every day they bring it. And it's just so awesome to see those guys. And I mentioned to you before, it's like Anquan Bolden. It's the same type of guy, man. What do we got to do? How do we do this? Okay, and he's helping everybody. Saint's grown over the last few years since the last time I was here. He's a captain, and he should help everybody. And it's all about what do we got to do to win. That's what we're all about. Whatever it takes. No egos here ever. And whatever it takes, man, let's do it.
How confident are you if you were faced with a similar kind of defensive structure that Green Bay put, that you guys can execute your game plan and move it down the field and score?
I'm very confident. We went against our defense. It's the same defense that we're going against in Chicago. It's the same type of defense. So, because we have great players. So that's why I'm confident.